I wanted to say something about letting it happen, the power of letting it happen. And my background in that is the way I was taught to sit in Japan was very much a doing thing, where you pulled in your chin and made effort to keep your neck bones straight vertically, so that by keeping the right posture, you might enter into samadhi, the balance of the autonomic nervous system. Now, after pursuing that approach quite in a hard-headed way for 13 years, I eventually realised the error of the approach, or the error of my own ways anyway, when I came to the Alexander technique, where the emphasis is very much on letting it happen. Not doing it, but letting it happen. They're totally different approaches. And the starting point of letting it happen in Alexander work is saying no to trying to be right. And that actually finds its echo with Zazen, as Zen Master Dogen taught it in his instructions for Zazen. He says, don't care about good or bad, don't worry about right or wrong. So it's the same principle. Actually, recently in his book on creativity, John Cleese has recognised the same principle. If you want to be truly creative, let something happen. First of all, you sort of have to say no to the kind of the anxiety-producing idea that I've got to get somewhere. So just sit there, John Cleese says, and wait for it to happen. So what really stimulated me to make this little video, just in the last few days, I've been reading a book by Anthony Sutton, which is he's a kind of a conspiracy theory guy, and he talks about the Skull and Bones Order, founded at Yale University, and they've also discovered the power of letting it happen. But in their case, the it is bad stuff. They want bad stuff to happen. They want, because they're out to divide and conquer, to exercise control over everybody. So they've got quite an evil agenda there. And with their false flag attacks and so on, their principle, they call it LIHOP, let it happen on purpose, or MIHOP, make it happen on purpose. So that's also letting it happen, and that's what we're up against. And it seems to me that the part of their strategy of divide and conquer, ironically enough, that they've embraced sort of woke pseudo-Buddhism with its emphasis on mindfulness and compassion. Mindfulness and compassion are two nouns that are pretty ineffective. What's effective is ing, letting, thinking. They know that better, ironically, than Buddhists do. Buddhists are going around trying to be right, trying to be mindful, trying to be compassionate. And those guys, meanwhile, are very strongly and powerfully letting it happen. But again, what they want to let happen is division. And letting it happen in the Buddha's teaching, we're letting healing happen. So, in a sense, I think we're in the final here. My Zen teacher, Gudo Nishijima, used to say the Second World War was a semi-final between nationalism and democracy. And he thought in the 80s, with the Soviet Union against America and its allies, we were in the final, which was idealism versus materialism. But it seems to me, and the reason I'm making this now, it suddenly seems clear that what we're up against, the final, is people who want to let healing happen and people who want to let division happen.